For this 5 o'clock session, what we want to do is we want to cover Estes 2018 to 2020. During that period, as we all know, if you were there, Gami went through a series of co-workers, helping him try to instill and change the culture of the program. So he went through Kevin Bailey, Jonathan DeLuna. Both of those guys were not PEP participants, but guys we took a chance on because of their heart. Not to say neither one of those guys' heart was not in the right place, but not having the DNA of PEP kind of hindered their progress in the role, which has got him to the point to where now he has David. And if you've been there, you know David Flores, peer educator, got out, was reentry in Dallas, and he accepted the offer to go back into the unit, and he and Gami has been a great match since. So joining me right now is one of the guys who served as a servant leader during that time, Mrs. Jimmy Moore. Jimmy, feel free to introduce yourself. Sweet name. How long you been out? Where you at? What's going
Okay.
on?
My name is Jimmy Moore, aka Grandpa Urkel. Did I do that? I'm currently in Houston, Texas. I am the house manager at the Caleb unit, uh, at the Caleb Transitional House, and God has been good. I mean, He's blessed me in every way that I can imagine, and things are just looking up. I enjoy what I do. I mean, I'm working 2 jobs. I'm managing the house. I got some good guys come through. I had one or two bad ones, but for the most part, man, the guys really good.
You from Houston?
No, I'm actually from Dallas,
What brought you to Houston?
the transitional house.
Really?
Yes.
So this is your only thing holding you to Houston is being a part of the
Well, when I
program.
first came, it was, but not now. I have ties in Houston now.
Yeah.
My job, I'm working 2 jobs here in Houston, and I've met great people here, and I'm just pleased with Houston right
Sound
now.
like a woman.
No.
Okay, okay. You know, I'm just checking. I'm
No.
just checking. I'm
We ain't
just
got to
checking.
that yet.
So
Okay.
so think back to your time as a servant leader,
Okay.
and how many of those guys were that you witnessed as far as staff members with Gami when you were there?
Oh, I witnessed Kevin Bailey. I witnessed Jonathan. Um, somebody else. It's like 3 guys. I can't remember who that other guy was.
Brian actually, you may be thinking about Brian
Yeah,
Troy.
Brian.
Brian was
Brian Troy.
actually the teacher that
Yeah.
just kind of
Right. Yeah.
assisted in the role till we
Right.
got somebody. What
Yeah.
what would you say was the difference in all of those guys?
Well, I think with Kevin, he had the spiritual heart, but I don't think he was um as far as the PP mission. I don't think he had that mission in his heart. He was, not PP dedicated. He was more had the Christ-like heart and was pulling you toward the spirituality of the thing.
Okay.
And as far as um, Jonathan went, Jonathan, I think he might have would have caught on later, but he was just a little wasn't the speed wasn't there. I would say the
Okay.
speed just wasn't
So for
there.
those who listen, don't take this as either of those guys were bad. They
Yeah,
just weren't what Estes needed at the time.
at the time,
You know,
I
they're
was.
still always welcome in PEP to walk beside us. So let's talk about you. What was your role as a servant leader?
I was pod coach. I was pod coach, and I worked on the media team.
Oh, and you came out here and continued in the pod coach role.
Kind of, sort of, yeah, exactly, yeah. I was
So
pod coach.
I think about when you first got out. It wasn't easy for you, huh?
No, I struggled.
You
I
struggled
struggled. I
because I
struggled.
remember many days coming into the office and you were sitting there and you weren't able to find a job immediately.
Right.
What sustained you during those times?
Faith,
Faith.
faith.
Okay.
It takes faith, courage, and just getting up when you fall. Just don't stay down. If you stay down, you're gonna be down. But if
Okay.
you down, you ain't got nowhere but to look it up. Something gonna give.
Cool. Cool.
Just got
Cool.
to keep looking up.
Y'all heard him. Y'all take that as a good word of
Yeah,
advice and roll with it.
yeah.
So what do you foresee for yourself in the future?
In the future, Thanks.
You old, bro. You ain't got that much future
I know I
left.
ain't got about 3 more years left in me. Oh, by the grace of God, it'll be more than that. But I just see great things happening, man, on the path that I'm on. I just can't see nothing but great things happening. I got my mind set, hold myself accountable. I mean, if it ain't right, I don't want no part of it. So,
That's right. Good stuff. Y'all heard him.
yeah,
If you go by Caleb, Jimmy Moore, the house manager,
you better be right.
he gonna buy you lunch.
I'm gonna buy you lunch. I might even get you a cell phone.
Oh,
I might even get you a cell
y'all know
phone
how
till
much
you get
cell
on your feet.
phones are?
I might even put a phone in. Matter of fact, I got a guy right now using a phone that I'm paying the bill for till he get on his feet.
Okay.
I mean, I'm all in.
Get a blessing by being a
I'll
blessing.
get a blessing by being a blessing.
All right, well, Jim, we
Exactly.
appreciate you, man, hanging out with us for a minute. I know you
Yeah.
got a lot to go. You a lot to go do. You're busy,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Lead these fellas with a gym, man. Good word of advice to sustain them.
Well, my motto is here. Your best day in there, your worst day out here is better than your best day in there. Keep that in mind. If you're out here, there's nothing greater than being able to go outside when you get ready, look at stars if you want to. I mean, just one step at a time. Don't try to rush things. If you rush production, you're going to hurt yourself. Sometimes you have to let go and let God.
Slow and steady, slow
Slow
and
and
steady.
steady.
So let me ask you this: have you seen this?
Certificate of birth.
So what we have here is birth certificates associated with your suite name.
Mm-hmm.
So for $30, you and you at home can purchase the birth certificate for your suite name to put it in the registry.
Right.
What that means is basically your jersey is being retired.
Okay.
And if anybody is to receive your suite name, you are notified and you will have a say in that name coming out of the Raptors.
Okay.
So if this is something that interests you, feel
Yes.
free to catch up with Max. For
Yeah.
you guys at home,
All
get a
right.
good look at that. So this one here belongs to Al Master, and I actually got
Yeah.
to get it signed and get it to him.
Mhm.
But get your suite name in the registry
Yeah, I
for
want mine in the register.
$30.
I'm gonna put mine in the register for sure.
So yeah, I got to figure out which one I want to retire.
You got 2 minutes.
You know. But
Okay.
fellas, so we thank Jimmy for joining us.
Yeah.
What we're about to do now is we're going to be on air for a few more minutes, but we're actually going to loop every session since noon and put all of them back into replay. So from noon until 5, after we wrap here, you'll be able to catch them if you've subscribed. So stay tuned and go back and view all of the ones that you've missed, or even moments that you've already witnessed, but you got a good laugh or got joy out of. Go back and look at them. They'll all be looped. Like I say, noon to 5 o'clock. You can go and catch them on the channel. So again, we thank you, Jimmy,
All right.
and good luck in future endeavors, bro.
All right. Appreciate it, brother.
And to call in and provide input to help us improve the program for the brothers who are coming behind you. Again, you will be receiving phone calls from somebody on the operations team, whether in prison or reentry. If they call, answer, give them your honest input, feedback, and just kind of take the time to, catch them up what's going on with you. So we're actually about to do our first interview with a PEP participant, a brother, graduate, and alumni of Class 9, Michael Holt. Is Michael in the waiting room yet, Ed? Okay, as soon as he come in. But fellas, feel free to type your comments, and I'll see them. I'll respond to them. We can have conversations. Also, if you want to do a call in, kind of raise your hand, state you want to do a call in, and we'll give you a number that you can call in, and we can have a conversation live on that. But again, we're going to be here from noon until 8 o'clock tonight, and we will be covering every class that has ever been active in PEP, whether you graduated or not. Brian Seltzer, glad you could join us. Timothy Stovall, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you see some brothers who are not here, you know them, reach out to them, tell them join. Just check us out. It's going to be a lot of fun today. You're going to have the opportunity to embarrass some PEP staff members if you want. So I'll tell you this right now at the top. If you make a donation or pledge of $50, I'll let you pick out a staff member to put a 5-gallon bucket of water on, even me. Brian Kelly, glad you could join us. Triumph for 21 is in the house. So while we're waiting on our caller, let me tell you guys my favorite class in PEP. I'm always asked, what's my favorite class? What you said, Eduardo, the headset looks sweet. I feel like Janet Jackson. Control. So my favorite class in PEP is, I forgot. Stay tuned, and you'll find out during the course of the day. All righty, all righty. So we have our first interview for the day. Hey, Mike, can I get you to unmute your microphone? You're still muted, bro. All right, there you go. So joining us first, gentlemen, is our very own Mr. Michael Hope. Mike, if you
what's going on?
Oh, bro, say, it's all love. Say, if you will, do me a favor, man, for those who don't know you, kind of introduce yourself, your sweet name, the class you're in, how long you been out.
Sweet name, Pat.
You don't know your sweet name? Uh-oh. If you were in Michael Holt's class and you remember his sweet name, give him up.
Nah, my sweet name is Sebastian Crab. I'm under the sea. I'm from class 21. I'm a student, a graduate class 21 out of Cleveland.
Class 21.
Yes, sir. I've been home now for what? About 6 years.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
How's life been?
I can't complain at all. It's been great.
Yeah.
Great.
So how's the pandemic been treating you?
I got extraordinarily lucky because I made some plans before the pandemic that actually kind of worked out for me very well. I'm a partner in an insurance agency, of course, and we didn't have enough in lines of insurance. We were focused mostly on auto, some renters, some home. We were weak in commercial. We were weak in the some of the extra event products like sporting events, large corporate events. So I was like, look, some of these things we're already attending. So we need to make sure we need to have we got to go to the door like this. If we're at an event, we got to go. Of course, if it's a fundraiser to help raise money, right, or to help people, right. But we also got to look at different ways that we can help the people business wise that we're volunteering with. So we just made a bigger push to add more lines of insurance. Long story short, across the board, we were always set to work remotely. That was always my preferred method of working. I'd rather take a phone call or email to have people in the office if I could avoid it. So when they started limiting people's ability to move around, or they started having stay-home orders in place, I was able to kind of like that didn't really affect us too bad. So you took that, then we were geared to work that way. Then we added more products. So our year was kind of like it kind of didn't affect us a whole lot.
Cool, cool. So it's just a matter of putting innovation in place.
Well, I would call it, yeah, I guess we made some changes. I don't know if it was anything innovative per se. It was just basically just using the tools that are already out there that we should have been using. We kind of sat down, looked in the mirror early before the year even started, and then we made some marketing changes as well, which is kind of like my position, and that's put us in a good spot, a
Okay.
better spot than probably some other companies.
Yeah, you're one of the brothers that I kind of follow closely from afar, because we're connected on every social media platform, and I see that you have your philanthropy runs deep, and that's something that I admire about you, and you're always involved. Even through the pandemic, I noticed that you've been doing a lot of give back opportunities, and I think you actually just posted something 2 days ago about give back. Where does that come from?
I'm a product of those types of initiatives.
Okay.
I didn't come from the best neighborhood. I didn't come from this affluent family. We weren't taught the importance of service. We weren't taught the importance of donating. We were taught the importance of kind of staying out of trouble if you could and taking care of your front yard, which is not a bad strategy. But as I walk through life and I see the people that I've been blessed to have like in my life to be like a mentor, it was a program like PEP. I remember we were growing up as kids, we were pulled out of East, I guess, Southeast Houston, near U of H, and we've been taking the rice for a mentorship program in middle school. And at the time, I didn't realize the scale and scope of where I was at, right?
Okay.
Like, that's a big step from coming from, like, if you're off of a telephone road and 45, next thing you know, you're sitting around with kids and Rice, kids you would never met, and wait for somebody saying, look, I know where a great bunch of kids are at. They're not in the nicest neighborhood. They're not in River Oaks. They're not in Lamar. I mean, they're not living in Bel Air. I want you to bring these guys here one day we got to teach this guy. You know, you might go through these bumps in the road, but at the end of the day, those guys taking that hour out of the week, that's going to be reflective for you somewhere.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's going to be, and then for the kids who don't have access to that, or the people who are just life chances just kept, they get caught up in. I'm a real big proponent. If somebody had reached back in there and grabbed me and pulled me out of there, then I might not be where I'm at. Well, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now.
Okay.
Because it's so easy to get like all this misinformation, right? We see it all the time in the news. We see it all the time in popular culture. Sometimes you get some of it at home. So you kind of need to have this additional sources of people reaching out to you, communicating with you, to help you broaden your horizons. That's probably what I mean.
Okay. Hey, Mike. Can I get you to speak a little louder or closer to your mic?
Oh yeah, sure.
They
Let
say
me
they can't
slide a
hear
little
you.
bit for you.
I have a
Right.
question also. Thinking that about you. You've been out 6 years. You've been doing your business, and if you can remember all the things that we did on the inside, what is one thing you feel would have been beneficial had we have taught it on the inside that probably would have been more useful for you, or probably be more useful for these brothers after they get out?
Well, I think one thing. Every member of the program has a different background, different story, different goals, different ambitions, right? Uh, and everybody has a different level, I guess, where they're in their walk. I think me and Roger Bewley, I think we had a conversation one time about finding opportunities for more guys in white collar industries. The PEP or getting more access to more tools. I think you might not remember, but I would follow you around asking, hey, I need a computer book. I need a book about this program right here, about this social media platform. You're like, dude, just use the books over here. Because it's not just about business, or growing your business. It's also about developing character and about your growth. And we talk about everybody's at a different level of walk. Sometimes don't worry so much about the money, right? Just worry
Right.
about getting some other things corrected first. Then these opportunities will be there down the road. So long story short, I would like to see more opportunities for people, more encouragement for people who had aptitude for white collar type jobs. I said a lot of guys I think would probably be really good maybe in marketing, maybe in sales. You get a lot of good sales training. Don't get me wrong, but maybe so as far as the fact of doing it, you get your sales training great from a corporate background. You're gonna use it in everything you do. But I like the idea of guys being like, look, let's start a market agency. We got guys who are artistic. We got guys that do graphic design. Let's show you how to harness that so much. But besides that, there's really a great program. There's not really a whole lot to really pick at about it. I think it's probably, I don't think there's anything else like it. I mean, I don't think there's anything else comparable to it in the country as far as how comprehensive it is. So, but I guess there's always room for like the next pick. And I guess you got to really have to let's take a butt on that. I guess from guys like me, guys who've been through it, from executives, and it'd be like, I guess you had that process. You want to examine it. It'd be like no holds barred. Like, hey, no, what can we do to be better? And just throw it on the wall. Just be straight up with us. Be level with us. We can take it. Whatever it is, we go from there. So if you ask me, long story short, maybe more opportunity. Maybe try to find guys in the right career or right profession for them, taking the individual time out. And when people have these stretch goals, okay, you got your stretch goal, that's great. Let's start right here, and then you get your stretch goal X amount of time. But like I said, it's not just about the career thing also. So I mean, you guys do a good job of like getting people, to me, analyzing what they should focus on and getting that help. Probably better than anybody else that's done before. So that's my opinion.
Okay. Well, Mike, we appreciate you. Uh, it seems like every time we've reached out, you've never said no. You've always been present.
Good
Uh,
things happen.
yeah, low maintenance, and you
I just
represent.
I just follow the rainbow. You know what I'm saying, man?
So,
And he
so,
called you back. I gotta go. That's just how it works.
so this is what I would like you to do, especially with tax season coming around. Kind of let the brothers who are in Houston know one, the name of your business, how they can get in touch with you, the tax help you provide, and so forth. And even after you plug it here, if you go to the YouTube channel and type in the information in the comments so that they'll have it. But this is your 30-second commercial.
Okay, I'm Michael with J&B Financial. We provide insurance, income tax services here in Houston, Texas, and pretty much throughout the state. I'm gonna leave my phone number is 713-340-7963. That is 713-340-7963. That's my mobile number. That's my personal number. If you have an income tax question or insurance question here in the state of Texas, and just give me a text and I'll answer for you. Free, no obligation. Just I can help you. I can help you. And if not, I can send you to a good place to can you know. Thanks for watching and listening. That's Mike. I do this for a living. All that I do is on demand. Anytime you need me to.
All right, Mike, bro. We appreciate you, man. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Hey, good seeing you, Pat. Talk to you later. All right.
All right, bro.
All right, now.
All right, fellas. So that was our first interviewee of the day, Michael Hope, Class 21. Again, J&B Insurance. If you're in Houston, you need insurance, tax information, reach out to the brother. He will help you. So let's see what's going on.
Man, it's a good thing, man. I've been in communication with some of my class.
All right, can you hear me now? Is audio set up. And Alejandro, you muted, bro. Unmute your microphone.
All right, now.
All right,
can you hear me now?
Yeah, glad. Thank you for joining us, bro.
No problem, no problem.
Hey, do me a favor real quick. Tell the fellas your name, sweet name, what class you're in, how long you been out.
My name is Alejandro Velasquez. I got out. Oh, you want to hear my sweet name? You want to hear my sweet name?
Yes, sir.
They used to call me Salinas.
Hey,
y'all can still call me that if you want. Let's see. I got out in 2009, so that would be 11 years already.
Yeah. Where are you? Because you aren't in Texas, right?
No, I moved to California about 6-7 years ago.
Okay.
And so I live in the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay.
Okay. So I wanna introduce you to all the guys because I know that you were very instrumental in this right here. And that is the PEP Wings logo. So give the guys a little background on that.
It was given to me. I guess we didn't it was voted that I put the mural on the wall, but it was kind of already floating around. That design is basically a font and some wings that somebody found, and they just kind of put them together. And, it was just roughly done and stuff. But when I put it on the wall, I kind of made it my own and fixed some imperfections that it had or whatever. But I also had help with another PEPer in my class. I can't remember his sweet name, but his name was Gabriel. Gabriel Rodriguez.
Right.
We just kind of slapped it up there. And, I mean, it's still there to this day. And nobody can remember who matched up
Yeah,
and
I'm asked often, and all I remember is who painted it on the wall.
Yeah, that was a fun experience.
So it looks like you're still painting, huh?
No, actually, I did some paint, and I'm doing some flooring too. This is my old apartment I'm moving out of, so I'm doing something nice for my community.
Okay, so today is kind of about us, man. We're providing some history as well as updating on where we are today. And I just kind of wanted the guys to put a face with the guy that we associate with this logo. And that's why I kind of asked you to take a few minutes and join us. Anything you want to say to the guys?
Man, I haven't had a chance to go out to the unit and visit the guys that are inside. And I haven't really stayed in contact with the guys outside in Houston for a while, except for maybe Steve Martinez and anything. I don't know if he's on there right now watching. One of the best things I did was fix my credit, man. And it's more valuable than money. And I don't know. I just ever since I decided to make that first step, I've been making a lot of good steps. Been making a lot of good moves since. So, get your credit fixed. It's important. It doesn't mean nothing.
Well, bro, thank you for joining us. Look forward to a phone call that you're going to receive later today. They're going to give you more input and kind of lace you up on where we are, what we have going forward, and how we want you to stay involved, even from California.
Yeah, definitely. So I signed up. I hope everybody else does too. But I give at least $50 a month every quarter to PEP because I got to give back to what helped me grow. So it should be the same for y'all.
All right, bro. We appreciate you. We're about to have Ruben coming in with us. Alejandro, appreciate you. Love you. Stay
Good
Selena.
staying.
All right, bro.
Oh.
Hey, there he is, the man of the hour. Hey, Ruben, I know who you are. So won't you take a minute to kind of let the guys who are watching know who you are? Your name, sweet name, class you were in, how long you been home, a little bit about what you're doing now. I'll mute your mic. Your mic is muted.
Hey everybody, my name is Ruben Mauricio, Class A, Twinkles. Man, we just been really, really, really busy, man. We've been blessed and got a lot of good support from the PEP network, man. I mean, it's just awesome to see everything I've always wished for is coming true. So it's just beautiful, man. Finally to see how hard work does pay off.
Okay, well, most of these guys who are watching know that you're the winner of the B2B. We've kind of had that video out, your story out circulating. But what we wanted to talk to you about today, because we're talking about PEP from beginning to where we are, and in this segment, we're talking about the full program. And many people don't know the history of Leadership Academy. And because you're one of the brilliant minds, probably the driving force behind effective leadership, which today is Leadership Academy, is why we wanted you on today. And I think one of the things that I want to know is what was going through your mind at the time you felt like, you know what, we need this piece for our guys to be better and more effective.
All right. I think, man, what it started from with me was realizing, man, that I needed to be 100% into this transformation. And when I came to accept that I needed to be 100% in, I needed to take a hard look at myself in the past to see what made me the man I was at the time that I made that decision. And then, after reading a lot of books and listening to a lot of mentors coming into PEP, I realized, man, that I couldn't do it by myself going into the future without any role models or people to look up to. So I put that together and I was like, man, I need to do some really hard soul searching. And then from there, I need to make the adjustments so I can, navigate to a better future. So that's where it came from. It was just the need. It was really, I was just done of, playing games with myself and, my past. So that's where it came from.
Cool. I vaguely remember a slight debate that you and I and another graduate had immediately after graduation, and in thinking about that debate that we were having, and thinking that you're the guy who created Leadership Academy, and I was like, when did that light go off? Because I don't know if you remember, but you and I and Grishon was having a conversation about change, and he, of course, wasn't agreeing with what I said, and you were kind of like, well, I think it's something different. You remember the conversation we were having?
Not really, man. She's been so long.
Because it started out because my opinion was we have to do different when we get out and be different.
Oh, yeah.
And you were kind of like in the middle, mediator what we had going on. Long story short, I think he ended up back in prison with 80-year sentence with that same mindset. And to think that you sit here, the driving force behind Leadership Academy, I just want to say thank you.
I appreciate it, man.
First, for you getting to the point to where you realize, I have to do something different. But then realizing this is something that all the brothers can use. And what it's grown through today and what it's continued to grow through based upon your initiation, again, I thank you. And,
I appreciate it.
Now the brothers are able to put a face and really understand that this was us by us. Not PEP, the organization, but PEP participants who created this concept. Tell them a little bit about your business for the guys who didn't see the B2B Give them a little bit about what's going on with you in business.
Well, man, shoot, I saw a tremendous need over here in West Texas, and I stumbled into it by accident, but I took advantage of an opportunity. And over here, man, the oil fields are booming, and even right now with the price of oil, how it hit an all-time low, and COVID, there's a lot of question marks going on, but it's proven that the oil field is here is here, and you can't do away with it. So I saw a big need, and then I just happened to land myself in a place to where they were needing mechanics, and I just started picking it up, man, as much as I could, and then we started a RPM diesel service, and so we're strictly mobile, and we go to our customers, and it turns out, man, they love that. They love us going to them. They'd rather us go to them than them take their trucks to a shop where it's down for 2 weeks, a month. So it's a win-win situation, man. We go to them and fix their trucks on the spot.
You're also one of the participants in eSchool 2.0, right? eSchool 200, which is going to be available to a lot of guys after they complete eSchool and get serious about their business. How's that going?
I think we completed that already. We finished, was it 14? Was it a 14 class deal?
Okay.
And we just finished, I think, 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And that was awesome. I mean, it was good because you get to spend a lot more time with just all the participants who are in it, but also with a lot of mentors, man, to give you a lot of good advice on the spot as you need it. So it's like detailed or catered just to you. So as we're going through the course, I would have a lot of questions pop up that I needed answered right now. And I could just ask the questions, and these guys, man, would just, give me awesome advice.
Cool.
So it's beautiful, man. I think everybody needs to be a part of that, especially if you're in the business or seriously planning to start a business. You definitely need to take this course.
Okay. Like you're doing well in life. Look like you're still making one bad decision, man. That's a Dallas Cowboy hat on your head.
And you don't want to see my belly either, man. I just keep eating and eating. No, everything's been really good, man.
All right. One good word of advice for the guys, man. Whether they just got out, been out for a while. One good word of advice.
Oh, yeah. Shoot, man, I'm going to stick to it, man. Hard work and dedication, man. You got to make your mind up. Don't be half in and half out, man. Be all in or be all out. But don't play games with yourself, man. You can't keep it real with nobody else if you ain't real with yourself. Cool. Be all in, stay committed, and hard work does pay off, man. Don't give up.
Again, bro, appreciate you. Much love, much respect. We wouldn't be going where we're going without you. Glad you're a part of the DNA. Oh, I have one other thing I want to talk to you about. So one of the things that we're starting, because you're part of the original group at Cleveland. So we have this new initiative that's called a birth certificate for your sweet name, right? So
a birth certificate.
so we'll sell you a birth certificate for your sweet name, which will put you in the registry, meaning that Twinkles belong to you. Twinkles go into the rafter. You'll receive one of these, which is a certified birth certificate. So this one is for Al Massey, Granny Panthers.
Yeah, I see it.
And what happens is your name basically goes into the rafters as if your jersey is retired. And if anybody else is given that name, you'll be contacted. And basically have a say and let them understand who the OG Twinkles is.
I like it, man.
So today, for $30, if you would like to get one, we'll hook it up. Oh, and they're signed by the OG graduate, our COO, Fee Tran, and we will get this in the mail to you. If you wish to do this, you can go to our website, and we have the fund drive on there. And just go through that, and we'll get that to you.
Yeah. All right, man. I'll definitely do it, man.
Thanks, bro.
Thank you, bro.
So we're going to walk to the war room. All right, walking around the war room here. Let's go back here and talk to OG Mo. You on the phone? He's on the phone. We'll come back to him. Who we have here? He's on the phone also. Well, they play like they're on the phone. Hey, who we got here?
Dave Flotis, a.k.a. Sweet Guacamole Dip. You put the chip inside the dip. When I dip, you dip, and we all dip. What's up, man? No, that's the way they had me on it, man. Got me wanting me to do it like that when I was in there, man. So, man, it's going good. Man, it felt good because I had a talk with a brother from Estes Summer 15. Edgar Riley. He was really happy to just receive a call, man, from a brother because unfortunately he had a tough year. His wife passed away, and he was just happy to hear from us and started crying because he felt good. He heard a good word from a brother who just called him. So yeah, you never know when a brother just needs to hear another brother, man. And we share this PEP brotherhood. We're in prison together, and just want you to know, man, you can reach out to somebody and make an impact, man. Yeah, but we're here, man, grinding and seeing what else we can do. All right.
Well, carry on with your calls. Thank you for taking the time out. We got Jeremy over here on the call. So you guys see me, but and behind the camera, our producer, we'll let you meet him real quick. he don't. Okay, Feetran, the executive producer, the guy who makes all his meat, makes all his work. Feet.
You got to put me on the spot like that, huh?
Feet, wait.
All right, this Fee, Class 1, a.k.a. Phoebe. I'm not sure if, I don't know, the camera got me or not, but this is our first time doing this, so any mistake, let us know. We'll improve it next year.
All right, and we'll come back at the top of the next hour. So if we go away, please come back top of the next hour.
Even now, it's hard for me to just give my testimony because I'm not proud of what I did. I've taken a lot away from our society and our community, and this is why I do it. It's a great opportunity for me to give back, man. I care about people, and I just want these men, to be successful, man. I'm not perfect, and a lot of the guys going through the program, they say, man, you know what, man, I want to be just like you when I get out, man. I always tell them, man, I say, man, be better than me, because I'm not the one that I'm not perfect, man. But if I could do it, anybody could do it.
And well, for me, just same thing with Gami. I just honestly, you heard it from me many times inside. Y'all, my family. When I go back to prison, I feel like I'm at home. I know I don't want to be there. Like go in there and stay there. It feels good to come out. But what I'm saying is, I just identify with y'all, and y'all just remind me of how good God has been to me, and just seeing you guys grow, makes my day.
So
That's what motivates me.
I got somebody else that I'm about to bring on, and we're gonna turn over here and kind of see if y'all know this guy.
I want to send out a shout out to my boy Tim Chambers. What's up, baby boy? Christopher Morrow, what's up, boy? Got Garcia, I see you, boy.
Okay.
Yeah, so I asked somebody to join us in this segment, man, because I feel like to me he kind of embodies a little bit of both of you guys.
Okay.
Well,
okay.
It wasn't this guy, but it looked like we got a
Bruce
special
Willis?
guest. We got a
Oh, my
special
bad, my
guest
bad.
first.
Okay.
Hit your mute button.
What up?
So I want to ask you first of all, are we talking to Brian Kelly, the CEO? Are we talking to Brian Kelly, our alumni and PEP brother?
You talking to Brian Kelly, class 21, triumphant 21 brother, who has spent the last 15 days on lockdown because of COVID.
Come on,
I
man.
actually have been eating soups.
Come on.
I know what it's like. I've been going to the front door looking to see if I got a Johnny out on the front steps. I haven't seen my Johnnies yet. It's been a rough patch. So, yeah, I'm coming in brotherhood.
And you don't have a celly.
I
I think you need to get a puppy after this, bro. I think you need to get a puppy.
may need to get a puppy. Yeah, I'm gonna name him PEP.
It's gonna cost you, man. You do.
So today we got Dallas here with us, man. You know, we all family have family reunion, reaching out to the brothers we ain't connected with, man. Many in similar situations like you. But whereas you know you're not alone, some of them are probably feeling alone, so it's a great time for us to be reaching out to them. And we're doing a lot of things, man. So I just want you to know that I had a guy who's already pledged $250 for me to get smashed in the face with a pie. So I'm gonna do that. I've had Christopher Morrow, who has donated $200 to see me drowned in water. So I'm gonna do that. And I'm just glad that they're willing to make an investment in us and what we're doing here. And humiliation is no big thing because it's not humiliation. Actually, I needed to take a shower this week anyway, so I'm gonna kill all those birds with one stone. But what's your reason for joining us today?
Well, I just wanted to first of all say hello to everybody, man. I miss everybody. I haven't been in the prison in way too long. I haven't got to interact with anybody for the last 15 days, and so I was looking forward to some sort of interaction. I hope to come off quarantine this weekend. So, man, I'm just reaching out, but I also want to kind of highlight that as brothers. I know holidays can get tough sometimes, and you can feel lonely, but we always have the brotherhood that we can reach out to, and that it doesn't take a telethon to be able to do that. We can do that, and I also, on a side note, I also wanted to make a donation.
Okay.
And I also want to put a challenge out there. There's two things I want for my donation.
Okay, let's
number one, I want to register Dorothy. I want that to be locked. I want that birth certificate for Dorothy. And secondly, I want to see Pat McGee against Gami Hasso in a boot scoot boogie across that floor. I'm going to donate $1,000.
Oh, come on, somebody. First of all, what's a boot scoot boogie, bro?
Man, I want to see the boot scoot, the dirty dog.
Dirty dog race. So yeah. You want a birth certificate. Grab it for me, David. A birth certificate and Gami and I in a dirty dog race, and you're going to donate $1,000.
$1,000 going down.
Done. So for those of you all who are watching us and wondering what this birth certificate you speak of, so one of the things we're offering to you today is this. It is a birth certificate of your sweet name. And what it is with Class 8, we move forward to a registry. Whatever your sweet name is, making you the OG of your sweet name. So if anybody has ever issued
$30,000 going down,
you will be called or we will contact you, and you will have a say. Kind of like your jersey is going up in the rafters. So Brian Kelly will be getting one of these with a seal sent to him, putting his name up in the rafters. Done. So for those of you all who are watching us and wondering what this birth certificate you speak of, so one of the things we're offering to you today is this. It is a birth certificate of your sweet name. And what it is your name is going to go into a registry, whatever your sweet name is, making you the OG of your sweet name. So if anybody has ever issued your sweet name, you will be called or we will contact you, and you will have a say, kind of like your jersey is going up in the rafters. So Brian Kelly will be getting one of these with a seal sent to him, putting his name up in the rafters.
Hey, right. Show that to the other camera. Show it to the other camera. We can't see it.
Well, your camera is different. Your camera is different. You're on the Zoom.
Okay, gotcha.
But for those of you all who are on YouTube, this is what it looked like. All right, Brian Kelly. So I tell you what we're gonna do when we go into break. So I'm taking a pot to the face. I'm taking water, and for your $1,000, Gami G and I are going to have a dirty dog race, and we're gonna do it on Facebook Live in the Brothers page. So for those of you watching, when we get off of here, go to the PEP Brothers page and witness this because our word is our bond. Oh, actually, hold up. We're going to do it on here. We have the capabilities to take the camera out, and we're going to do it on here right after this. Now, as a disclaimer, I'm going to say this. I have never done a dirty dog race. But in my competitive nature, I refuse to be defeated by Gami G in a dirty dog race. So I plan to leave here victorious. Oh, my word. But again, bro, thank you for joining us. Hope you out of the house soon. We need to see you in office.
about that
Okay,
PvP,
come on,
brother?
somebody. Oh, actually, we're going straight to the Dirty Dog race right now. So y'all
Come on,
follow
Dirty
us.
Dog. It's going down. And for those of you who are still online,
Okay. So this is how we're gonna do it. We're gonna start it where Tim's office at, and y'all gonna race it all the way to my door.
Somebody give me an example. You gonna like this? Oh, that's all right,
David's a master at it.
You know what? I'm getting it off.
Hey, I will count on three. All right?
Yeah.
What you give him a handicap?
Give him a jump.
Okay, on three. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. Go, 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 go.
Who won?
Draw to me.
All right. We said you would get it. Hopefully that was enough. If not, let us know. We'll do it again. Back to the war room. So initially, I offered an invite to our founder, Catherine Roy, because I felt like she needed to be a part of this. But unfortunately, our schedules didn't work out, and we weren't able to secure her. But again, you know, we're all thankful for her because without her vision, we wouldn't be here today. So much love to her. So this next guy I'm going to bring on, I hold most responsible for me being here today. Because when I was recruited to PEP, I walked into the room and saw this guy and thought, oh, my God. So before I go into this story, I'll give him the opportunity to introduce himself, his class, and how long he's been out. Welcome, Chris.
Thanks, Pat. Man, it's an honor to be here, honestly. Man, honor. And big shout to Kat. You and I know best we wouldn't be here, but for the humble beginnings, huh?
Yes, sir.
Man, God, you brought that story up. I didn't even remember it. It came flooding back, and boy, so class two, back at Hamilton Unit. I was released. Let's see. I don't even remember the year. You have to look in the database.
What was it, 2006, 2005?
I think it was October 2005 or 6. I mean, it's been so long. It's like being inside for too long. You forget years. That's a good thing, right? It must have been 2006 or 5. I don't know.
It was 2005 because I actually came to Hamilton September 2006. So it was 2005 when you were released.
Yeah. God dang. So that's 15 years ago, huh?
Wow. Time flies.
I got a virtually studying little homie who's 6. He's with the wife here today. I know you haven't met my wife Kimmy, but she has a salon, so we get to juggle our schedules pretty good.
Okay.
Man, there's been you're gonna ask me this question, but I can't even begin to like dive into how much PEP's done for me personally in my life and sort of where I started and where I'm at today. I'm blessed to be able to. I run a nonprofit here in Dallas called Youth with Faces.
Right.
And we help teens coming out of the juvenile justice system here in Dallas, in the county system. So, like me, a lot of the teens, and probably like everybody who's probably here with us today, we didn't start getting in trouble when we were 20. Um, it started a
That's
little
right.
bit before that. So, anyways, um, yeah, I think that's it. I'd love to hear the rest of this story, man. I want to know what
So
kind of.
I'm going to go back to the day that I first met this guy. So I'm at the Hughes unit, and I actually walk into the interview with a chip on my shoulder because, as most people know, I just been denied acceptance into PEP because I didn't have an FI6, or I still had like 3 years left on my sentence. But as ironically enough, I walk into the room and I see Chris and I see Kat sitting at the table. And at the time, I was a lot more chill and reserved than I am now, of course. So I walk in and look, and the thought that come to my mind was, what kind of drugs is this white dude and this chick on? Because if you know these two, when their energy gets together, it is lur. But I'm sitting there and I'm looking at him, and then he asked me this question. He said, if you walk on the rec yard after a sandstorm, how many footprints on the rec yard? And in my mind, I'm like, yeah, this dude's on some dope. But I don't recall my answer to the question, but I recall that experience because it was like, you know what? It taught me how perception is not always reality. Long story short, 2 weeks later, I ended up on Hamilton. As time went on, I discovered something else. Chris and I actually share the same birthday.
Birthday buddies.
Yes, sir. April 2nd, Aries. And Kat's birthday is what, 6 days later?
7th or something, or
Yeah, eight,
something like
six,
that.
7th, 8, one of those. But
Yeah.
to think that we all shared the same zodiac, but it was so much different at the time. But and I tell people also I'm thankful because I feel like without Chris, I wouldn't be here because he was so instrumental in the recruiting of me. But he's one of my OGs. I remember many events we had at Hamilton, and I spent time joking with Chris and kind of picking Chris' brain. But when I really liked Chris, because I discovered Chris had my favorite song on his laptop. So a lot of people might not know, but my favorite song is a song by David Sanborn. And I knew right then, I say, this dude's pretty cool. But I'm thankful to Chris. I always be thankful to Chris. But as he said about his nonprofit that he runs, gentlemen, there's a link in our Facebook PEP Brothers page. Go vote for his organization. We need to vote for him. We got into the tent. We can vote every day. Vote into the tent and help.
Nothing.
Don't cost us anything. All you have to have is an email address. But so other than that, what's going on with you, man?
Man, you know, I am. Well, I feel this year's been crazy for everybody, and especially our brothers and sisters behind the walls. I can't imagine being away from my family this kind of time.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. And I know those guys back there and girls now are infinitely grateful to you guys doing this every day for them. I've been in your shoes, on staff at PEP for a long time. We got a chance to work together, man. I know that every day you're like, oh God, we just want to do more. We just want to do more. We want to do more. And if I can tell, like the brothers and sisters out there, here I am 15 years removed. But there's always a piece of you that, how much that, those small things, that gratitude means to you when you're in that position. Of sort of the least of these, and it's I feel, man, I got happy home, happy wife, happy kid. My wife's a new entrepreneur in the last year. We are healthy, happy, and doing well, man. It's a place, you imagine it, but there's all kinds of chaos coming down the pipeline. But man, those values you're learning today and you stepped out the door with, you brothers hang on to them, man. They're gonna serve you well.
That's right. That's right. So many people look to myself and Gami and Marcus Hill as their OG, but I never fail to share with people who the pioneers are, because without you, without Feet Tran, without you guys coming into the unit and basically sharing the outside with me, I know that I wouldn't be sitting here today. And people constantly ask me, why do you work for PEP? And it's one situation that I feel is why I'm still here. I remember it was a graduation, and you guys came into the unit, and y'all had so much joy. Y'all brought so much joy into the unit. And then that following Monday, I remember Kat telling us that she hadn't made payroll and didn't know if she would be able to make payroll. But to see you guys come in with so much energy, stand up to midnight, print business plan, do all that, and still have so much hope, I was like, man, how could I not? You know, and I'm thankful to you all for that, man. You know, because without you all showing me the way, setting that path for me, the humility and the ability to really stay when it get hard. Yeah, OG got me back there. But you know, it's another OG that he don't know, but I want to bring him on the set because you know, you two guys, man, you know, y'all everything to me.
I saw that pic, man. I saw Gami. I saw Fee.
What's up, Chris?
Yeah. So y'all two. I mean, y'all understand this. A lot of these guys won't, but y'all understand this. Yes, sir.
Microsoft Draw.
Yes, sir. But you guys will forever be my OGs. You know, you, Fee. So let me tell you about one of your brothers. The hate that he got, bro. Sean Bowers. I really hope that he's paying attention to this. So Sean Bowers has pledged $250 for me to take a pot to the face.
Ooh.
Sean Bowers, if you watching this, challenge accepted, bro. After we finish this, I'm gonna take a pot to the face.
Do you get to eat? Do you get to eat the pie after?
Class 1. I'm sorry, Class 1. But we didn't have any pies, but we have a bunch of whipped cream. Don't ask why we got whipped cream in the office. But we have a bunch of whipped cream. And Sean, challenge accepted. I'm going to do that.
Hey, Pat, can you tell me how we're following along online?
How we're following along online? What do you mean? So there's a link to YouTube. If you go to the PEP Brothers, I posted a message in there yesterday in the announcements. And there's a link to our YouTube channel.
God bless you.
Chris, you looking good, buddy.
Man, I'm feeling good.
That's what I'm talking about.
How come Gami lives about a
3
mile
blocks.
and a half away from you?
Right now, we're all looking blurry. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, Gami lives about a mile and a half from me, and I got to wait to see him on the internet.
What?
That's cold, ain't it, man?
What?
Oh, man.
I
So
invited
close
you
yet
for
so
fajitas
far.
the other day. You didn't show up.
Come on now.
I'm gonna smoke a brisket Saturday. I'm gonna hit you up.
Man, you hit me up. I'll eat your brisket.
Oh boy. But I love you though, bro. Appreciate
I
you.
love
I
you,
mean, if
man.
there's ever anything I can do for you, don't ever hesitate to ask. I wanna kind of, you know, I missed you, I believe, at Cafe Momentum. Was that the first
you
place?
guys.
But
We had split it off, I think, by then.
yeah, but I would love to participate and be a part of what you have going on. So hold on before you go. I have a guy here that I don't know if
Chris,
you
I
remember.
hit you up. I got you.
Yeah, but I have an executive volunteer. I don't know if you remember John Hunter. You remember John Hunter?
I do remember John Hunter.
I have John. He just happened to come into the office, so you know how we do in PEP. You know, we don't hesitate to
Yeah,
throw people on the spot.
throw him
So,
up here.
yeah, we're gonna bring him in.
Pat, what can I do for PEP today?
What can you do for PEP?
Yeah, I'm besides write you a check.
Keep doing what you're doing, bro. I think you living your life in the manner that you live in your life. I think that's everything for us. Being an
Doing my best,
inspiration,
huh?
being an inspiration for those who come behind you. Because, like I say, without you guys, I wouldn't know how. Or my life probably wouldn't even be what it is. But I wouldn't know how to be that example for the guys coming behind me, for my team. You know, so
Well, you're made of the good stuff, Pat. Don't sell yourself short, but yeah, I feel you, man. We got to keep on keeping on.
So I don't know if you can see this guy that I have here with me, John. You know Chris? I think we Class 2.
No.
Hey, what's going on, fellas? We back for the 6 o'clock hour. Uh, very special time. So, being that it's December 2020, I think it's only right that we have our next guest here because this class 14, graduated December 2010. So, in honor of 10-year anniversary of their graduation, the guest that I've invited to join us this evening is none other than our very own Izzy Atoria. Izzy, for the guys who don't know you, introduce yourself, your sweet name, your class, how long you been out.
Uh, my name is Israel Torian, aka Miss Cleo. Call me now. I've been out. What is it? Since 2012 June. So what about 7, 8 years?
7, 8 years.
Yeah.
What's been going on with you during that time?
Oh, it's been a fight, man.
Yeah.
What you mean? Yeah, it's been a fight. It's been a fight. Pretty much when I got out, I started in college and stuff like that, and then I worked at PEP for a little bit, and then after that, I just went to college full time, and then ended up starting my own business. So yeah.
Okay. What business you doing?
So one of the businesses I'm doing right now, and I'm more focused on, is the construction business.
Okay.
I'm doing Bellamy Construction right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Slow grind.
No, it's not. No, none of it's ever a slow grind. None of it's ever a slow grind. So right now, it's a lot of fight right now in getting the right people in the right place to make everything happen. So
Okay.
and doing the business is that's been one of the hardest things. Going to school, going through PEP, that's just been that's that didn't wasn't the biggest challenge,
No.
basically. So right now in my life, pretty much managing business is a big
Is,
challenge.
is that the business 10 years ago you thought you would be doing today?
Nope.
How'd you
Not.
come into it?
It's kind of funny. I came into it. I so the whole thing, the whole makeup of how I got into construction. When I look back at it now, it's like every step that since prison got me to where I'm at in the league that I'm in right now. Even before prison, to be honest with you, because I was doing this kind of work with my dad, my mom. We were doing tile work. We were doing fixing up our own home to save money, such and such like that. So, and then right before I went to prison, uh, I was trying to get out the dope game, and I got into construction. So I started putting my dope money basically to building, and we were building a what is it, apartment or a hotel. We were doing like the punch out. We got a contract doing punch out. And that was the craziest thing because the guy that connected was a dope fiend.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So, but at the end of the day, that going through PEP, the skills that I learned through PEP, while I was able to get and step outside of my bounds because I wasn't able to. I would have stayed. I would have stayed in the shell for the rest of my life if I never went through it.
Yeah.
Because I'm a introvert. So that and working for PEP on the outside also helped me, and then also going to college. I mean, that all helped me to manage this business, do everything. So I know I went in a loop right there, but how I got into construction when I got out of college, I started working for somebody. Um, I got help from a PEP executive, to be honest with you, and it wasn't the greatest help, but it was some help, and that alone was good.
Okay.
And I got into a company that was going under, right? So when the company was going under, and I'm going to work, and this is the crazy thing, and people say that there's no. This is funny to me because people say that there's no white privilege or anything like that, which there was a guy in this company. He was a white guy, of course. And I'm sorry for bringing up this, but at the end of the day, this is what made me who I am today, right? They were paying him $15,000 more than what they offered me, right? This guy had no college education, no accounting background, anything. I got in there in a week, and I could tell you that he was losing that money
Mm.
left to right. He was losing the money, and they were paying him, and that was the guy that was watching the money,
Oh boy.
and he was losing their money, and that company ended up going down, literally going down. So that taught me a lot. And but this is the thing, Harvey hit, right? So Harvey hit, and at that time after Harvey hit, I wasn't here. I was out of the country. But when I got back, uh, I was continue going to work, and I'm driving to work, and this company's going down so bad that I hadn't got a paycheck.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I got one paycheck the whole time, and I worked there for like 2-3 months.
Oh wow.
Right? And I'm like, why am I doing this? I'm thinking because I'm trying to break the mold and say that I could become a accountant and go work this and show these guys that, hey, don't listen to everybody else.
All right.
You can still do something, you know. But I was just like, my ego wasn't gonna allow me. And then if I at the end of the day, my back's against the wall. I'm paying to go to somebody else's job. You know, what sense does that make? I could
Yeah.
go and make my own deals, do my own business, and I don't even have faith what they're selling. You know,
No.
I don't have faith what they're selling. They had a good concept of what they're selling, but their values and their core wasn't there. You know, it wasn't there for me to stay there.
So you basically was just paying for the experience to have on your resume.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I know you and I we have a personal relationship, and it's been a blessing for me to watch your progression. Because I recall when you got out, you went to the transitional house, didn't have to, but you did, and even at the transitional house, you were like a magnet that kind of kept everybody together. When you left the transitional house, you still was that connector for everybody. You've hosted New Year's events at your family's house. You've hosted Easter egg hunts for the kids. You've done a lot to keep everybody connected. Where does that come from?
Dad, shoot, had I guess I've been thinking about that a lot, man, because at the end of the day, and I've been thinking about that a lot with females as well, you know, and and I see a lot of the guys fail from the females, and that's the crazy part. At this point in my life with females, and I hate to do that, I'm jumping off a topic.
No,
Uh,
you good.
I'm jumping off a topic because it gives me a full circle of why I'm answering your question, right? So more so with the females, it's like at the end of the day, a guy's wanting somebody to be there. You know, they want as much energy for us guys. A lot of us guys are getting out, and we've got a lot of drive. You know, and we've got a lot of drive. We got a lot of love to give, everything because at that point in time in prison, you know, you ain't getting that. You ain't
Right.
getting that. There's a lot of things that people don't understand psychologically that we've put ourselves through in prison. And if you don't take a step when you get out, you ain't gonna realize it. You don't realize it, and you just beating into it, and you don't realize it. But why I'm saying that is like I enjoy good people around me. You see what I'm saying? I
Most
enjoy
definitely.
good people around me, and that feeling right there, these guys getting out, getting high, doing all of this stuff, and chasing that dragon, chasing coochie, everything. But realistically, man, the biggest high in this world is gonna be being around people that love what they do and people that are just joyous. That's why
Right.
people. That's why them executives come in there because they see that. Even though the executives don't know the faulty part that's going on behind the doors,
Right.
but everybody's putting on that front. But even if the people that are putting on that front, the ones that haven't even figured it out, they do have that spark in them, a little spark that says, you know what, you know what, I'm feeling this,
Yeah.
and I don't want nobody to know.
And it might
Usually,
be enough to sustain them once they're on the outside.
yeah, it does. It
Yeah.
does. It does. I've seen so much people that got separated, did some dumb stuff, and they're crash dummies. And that's why I be playing on Facebook because I get to play with all of
Yeah.
them. I get to play with all of them, and I get to still keep in contact with them, even though we might have our differences in some point. It's good. That's the reason why I be on Facebook all the time because
Yeah,
shit, I got a
for
bunch of
those of you who don't
bunch of
follow
people.
Izzy on Facebook, please follow him. Don't have a thin skin. He's my source of entertainment between he and D'Antonio Swanson. But you just said something. So he was talking about guys who were separated. So this is a little story that a lot of people don't know. Izzy, I've loved Izzy since I met Izzy in the program, and Izzy is one of the few people that kind of hurt my feelings for a minute in the program. So I'm gonna share this story. So what was it? Class 16 graduation.
Yeah,
Class
what,
16
man?
graduation. Izzy was a servant leader at the time, peer educator, matter of fact. So after graduation, I'd left the unit and realized that I left my laptop at the unit. So I had to turn around and go back to the unit. And when I went back to the unit, there was a full-fledged party going on in the PEP room. And I walked into the PEP room, and Izzy was one of the people in there. But to his credit, Izzy was actually working while the rest of the guys were playing dominoes, doing push-up, dancing, whatever. And it hurt my feelings. And needless to say, the decision in keeping those guys, some of those guys are still around, some of those guys are not. But Izzy, like I say, he's been there. He hasn't been a disappointment. He's around, he's available, and he's present. So I shared that story for a reason because I don't think it's by chance that we still here today and we have a relationship. One thing I know about Izzy is the only guy out of all of those guys who came to me after the fact. And even though they were disappointed in me at first, upset with me actually, he came back and he said, you know what, I understand. And he apologized. And I took that to heart, because I felt like he meant that at the time. He wasn't just apologizing because he had got caught, because he realized the whole ramifications and all of it. So again, I'm glad that he's here. I'm glad that he's representing Class 14, 10 years after their graduation, sitting here with us today. He's always present in the office, even though he hadn't worked here in a couple of years now. He's always around. He's always working. He's always present, and he's always here. And I just stood him up a couple of weeks ago, going on a hunting trip, and he's still all right with me. But this is my brother. So if you guys are live on the YouTube channel, man, y'all hit the comment section, man, and ask Izzy some questions. Or if you want to call in and talk to Izzy, the number is 281-829-1485. So hit that line and you can talk to Izzy. Brandon Fields, I see you online. What's going on, buddy? But so what's next for Izzy? Actually, you know what? Let's go back. Let's tell them a little bit about your personal life. What's been your biggest joy in your personal life since you've been out?
Personal life, biggest joy is probably my daughter. That's it.
Yeah, I thought so.
That's it.
Watching Izzy become a father is been a beautiful thing as well. Because I think that's probably like most guys who have a daughter, that soft part that it reveals to you. You know. So how old is she now?
She is 2,
2. Got plans for more?
possibly. If I could get
That's how you know he under 40. He say possibly.
possibly.
Because once you get over 40, it's like, nah, I'm good, I'm done. It's a beautiful thing. What's next for you business wise?
Oh man, business wise, it's about to be pretty lit. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's gonna be lit. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. The first 3 years, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. And I'm gonna circle back to that. Y'all got to get my comment about that night.
Do it.
'Cause
Do
I'm gonna
it.
circle back. I'm gonna circle back, but you had my mind on that. But the last 3 years, man, what I've been doing, I've been hustling, bustling. I've been learning a lot. And this is the thing. I started business. This is the thing about everybody that started business. You know a lot, but there's a lot that you don't know. So, and when you start a business, you're gonna have to you have to learn that pretty fast,
Yeah.
or you gonna sink. You know. Uh, so the last 3 years, I've been learning a lot in the industry of construction, right? So bumps and heads, knowing like how people handle you, how to handle other businesses, and so on. I've been getting that, and then at the same time, there's certain things that I do in my business that I want to do to make it more like a McDonald's.
Okay.
I'm thinking bigger in that sense, and more of system based, right? So right now, like even I had my name starting off at eTorres Construction, and this is the thing with clients: they treat you like what they treat you. They treat you like Juan's something or another. If you put your name on it, and then at the same time, the employee's not gonna. They don't feel like it's part of theirs. Cause
Right.
what?
It's
You
your
got to
name.
make them. Yeah, it's my name.
Yeah.
One day, this ain't me. They're not gonna take pride in it. I need people that's gonna take pride in what I got going on because I want to give them exactly everything that the company's getting because I don't need a pocket at all. As long as I'm living a good life, shoot, I'm happy.
Right.
I don't need to be the richest man in the world. I don't need to do nothing. My stuff need to be taken care of, and my family need to be taken care of. But past that, money don't make you. Money don't make you any better. And this is the thing I seen with guys, and I love talking to the guys that are the lowest and the highest. And there's a lot of our brothers that just be going down hard and going up the next day. And this is the craziest thing. They like a rubber band. It's like I can't go through all that. I could only take too much losses. But a lot of guys I've seen them go all the way to zero, all the way back up, all the way to zero, all the way back up. And it's just like the turnaround in prison. And it's crazy.
And never reached the level of sustainability.
Yeah. Yeah, but so moving forward, man, I got a little system in place in construction. I'm right now. What I'm doing right now, I just got financing for my clients. I'm able to do that. Um, Also, what I started doing, I got all my workers working out with me in the morning. So
Yeah, I think
they
I
get
saw
up
that
at
the other
six
day.
thirty and work out with me,
Okay.
and that alone. So one thing I snapped the other day, and I was like, man, when I got out, I was giving so much drive. I was doing so much. I was only sleeping for like 3-4 hours a day, easy. When I got out, I was going to school full time. I was working here full time, and that was taxing.
Yeah.
And I drove an hour from home all the way to work every day. So my drive time on the streets for the week, I mean for the day alone, was 8 hours. And then because I would go back to school and come back here and go there and then come back home. I mean go back home.
No.
So there was many times that they allowed me to go to school. So I went to a couple classes back and forth. But that's one thing I'm doing. I'm about to partner with vendors, right? So that way I could save some money. Basically, I'm gonna get my guys right now to go out to all the vendors and basically start so we can consolidate like the materials and stuff like that and streamline our process, right?
Right.
So realistically, I want a software at the end of the day where my clients, my sales team, could go in and show the client this is what you're gonna get. Peer with our vendors. Tell them, okay, our vendors. We're gonna be like, our vendors are gonna be more so able to. The package, the software is gonna be able to just get the vendors and show them like, okay, this is like a picture of a digital print paired with our finance clients, so that way we could get you financing if you need it, so on like that. And then also, if you close out the job, so the salesperson will be able to close the job out, and and the salesperson will be able to close out the job and make the sale at the end of the day, right? So that's one thing I'm pairing to do. Uh, we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be pretty much selling all that, and then excuse me. So those are some of the stuff that we're trying to do in business there. I'm going to be partnering with a lot of the PP guys and pretty much building in our pretty much building in our organization to do. So so there's just a lot that I got. I'm trying to.
So you say you want to build a McDonald model? You speaking in terms of franchising, playing the franchise?
Well, one thing I learned with the business stuff, man, is that well, the franchising. Nah, I haven't figured that out yet.
Okay.
So I did. So this is the thing. Right now, I'm trying to pair with a bunch of the guys that are already doing what we're doing. Right. So with me doing, uh, get my team ready, so on like that, and so I've been doing that. I've been doing the Facebook stuff, right? So that allows me to partner with so much different people. I have another friend that pretty much I'm partnering with another PP brother, and I'm trying to bring all those people together, right?
Okay.
So I'm partnering with all those people so that we could reach to another setting,
Okay.
right? So with business, I've learned also that it's like a battlefield, right? So it's kind of like what's it? Basically, you got to have all your ducks in a row, right?
Right.
So I've learned accounting. This is what I've learned. So some of the other guys have other ideas, and I'm trying to partner with those guys that could make a stronger team.
So you're
much.
trying to get everybody with their different strengths and bring them together and,
Yeah,
and
get them
unify.
with the strength. Because look, this is what I learned. I think you probably saw it like a week ago or two that I posted on Facebook. Okay, everybody of all of us know how to sell. It don't matter. I've been at a table with millionaires, and it's the craziest thing. My mentor took me hunting, and I'm in a room with a group of millionaires. One guy owned an oil field. One guy owned a gold mine. He owned an oil field company and a gold mine, and all the rest of them owned oil field companies. My mentor sold his software company
Right.
and then retired, and he lives a good life right now, pretty much. But I'm telling that story to say that we had a conversation with. I had a conversation. I kept up with him. My business is nowhere near it, and one guy offered me to come out there, but but what I've learned about them is that they know how to sell, and most of our guys know how to sell.
Right.
So I've been partnering with them, and this is the funny thing. Some of them are reaching out to me right now. A lot of people reached out to me since I've started that Facebook stuff. Since I started the Facebook stuff, and this is the thing. I enjoy the laughs. I enjoy communicating with the brothers. I enjoy all that. But since I started that, it's bringing me traction, right?
Right.
So I don't. Sometimes I just want to get off of that stuff, but it's bringing me traction. I've got a lot of jobs off of it.
Hmm.
I've got a lot of leads off of it, and the thing is, I've been trying to post funny. I mean, just serious the whole time, you know. And now it's getting me a lot of traction. So right now, yeah, I'm partnering with some of these guys. These guys have better ideas than me in a lot of areas. So with that, with those brains working together, just like working here at PEP, you know.
Yeah.
And y'all wouldn't be here where y'all at today without all the brains working it.
Right.
And I know that. And I know, like, Fee was dagging with me the other day talking about, oh, you should have this section of your business already. I'm like, I know. What you mean? I'm out here by myself. I'm out here by myself.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But I have the business partner came up with an idea. I don't really want to bust it out right now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm very transparent in what I do in business. I'm very transparent even with my idea. You know, I don't care if you go do it. Go do it. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's gonna do it.
That's right.
I might be beating you in the thing, and at the same time, I might get the right people to do it, and you might not.
Yeah.
You know,
Or I might learn
But-
something from you
and I
messing
might
it
learn
up.
exactly. But even then, like right now, I had to pay for some software, right?
No.
And then nobody wants to pay for software. Don't nobody want to pay for that stuff. I had to pay for software to get the financing. So that's one step. I got maybe 2 people that I might do. I think Alfredo wants me to do his kitchen, so I'm trying to get him some financing so it makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, so I got him. I got other stuff going on with builders. I even talked to other people that have been in prison that's out here getting it.
Right.
And it's funny, their conversations are so much different, man, because their mindsets, our mindsets are totally different. Our mindsets is totally different. And this guy's about getting money, but he was just
By
messing
any
around.
means.
Yeah, by any means. And but at the end of the day, you got to remember, by any means, you got to stay outside.
Yeah.
You got to be out here.
So we can't wrap this session without you going back and revisit that night. Faraday, what's going on? Cisneros, what's up? Martin Zapata, we see you. Mr. Cisneros, Jerry Green, Jesse Berry, I'm still gonna get to you, bro. We got to revisit that night. We're gonna let Izzy revisit that night, and then what we're gonna do? We're gonna walk around the war room, talk to everybody in the war room, and then you guys are gonna get the opportunity to laugh again because Gummy and I are gonna go outside where the temperature has dropped, and these guys are going to do a cold water splash with us, and you guys get to laugh at us freeze a little bit. But Izzy, before we wrap up, I need you to go ahead and revisit that night.
Shoot. That night, okay, so let me explain that night, man. This is the cold part about that night. All right. So, all week, oh my God. Y'all don't even know what it takes to do BPC. BPC is so hard to do, man. I'm talking about, I stretched like a rubber band all through PEP, man. All through PEP was a stretch for a rubber band. Test my fate in a lot of ways. I'll tell you that. Yeah, it tests my fate in a lot of ways. Some guys, you just want to slap some guys. Like, that didn't make no sense. Like, some of the stuff that you had to deal with in PEP was like, okay. But anyway, so that week, it took so much. So a lot of guys didn't know what I did in the background. Shoot, if I was in the seat, maybe I wouldn't have known what the guys did in the background either. But I put the business plans together. I functioned out the food eating, planned the whole damn event, typed it all out, made sure everybody was in the same place that they needed to be in. And there was 16 of us. And that was the beauty, man. That was the beauty, because if I had 16 guys like that when we graduated I'd be rich already. I swear it. Everybody would be rich on that dang team. Because that work, how much effort that everybody put in there. And that's another thing I've been talking to Chris Boland. He might come out and do the media part for the business. You see what I'm saying? And I got some big things about to happen. So that most definitely. And the thing about it is it's off the people that I've been graduating with, that I keep in contact with PEP.
Right.
PEP guys. And that's what makes PEP. That's all those people make PEP. But so anyway, I did all that. We busted our butt, man. We busted our butt. I'm talking about busted our butt. We were tired. And at the end of the day, you know what? What it was is those 16 guys hit another level of brotherhood within that fight to do that. And what it was is they were like, well, shoot, man, we need to relax and enjoy one another before we let these other brothers in. That's what it was about. Before we start relaxing with them, we need to relax by ourselves, because we done whooped our butt and did this stuff. So that's what it was. But this is the thing. The guard came in. The last thing is that you left, but then we rolled in. We rolled in all the stuff. We tired. It's like when you go home and you just take your shirt off and lay down. That's what it was. And then the officer laid down too because he was tired. So then Jeff just playing on the music. So we just in there just chilling. Then all of a sudden it just turned into we chilling. You know, and it it was like a hard day at work. That's what it was. And and then you came in and it was like, okay, it's kind of good that you came in though because who knows what. But the thing is, when I realized the other day, and I told you about it, I had called you. I said, that what I told you. I told you about it because I learned it in business. I learned it in business that all the liabilities that you can incur in owning a business. So I learned that, and that day I thought about it. I was like, man, if it was wide open the whole time, if it was wide open the whole time, and that was happening the whole time, you came in and thought of it as a manager's standpoint, and you saw it, and then you're like, can I trust it and say that this hasn't been happening the whole time? And how wide open is it? You know? So, and I understood that on a business standpoint too. You know, like a lot of guys think that, oh, dude, that nigga tripping. Da, 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 da. He was in the bust out the party. He knew if he was in here, he'd be doing the same thing. But then you at a different level. You at a different level. You thinking of it as an asset that you're maintaining, and a lot of the people don't think about it like that. So I had to learn my lesson on that section. It's still in my head. It's still a little justified that we still need a little time by ourselves. And at the end of the day, I understand where you was coming from in the sense that you looking at, oh, we're just gonna make everybody a brother and bring them in. But that's where it was then.
Charles
At that point.
Hearn. Rest of you guys on there who was with us that night, I still appreciate y'all. Appreciate the work y'all did. And who all we got on here? All right, Brandon Green. Quit watching me like that. Charles Hearn, Timothy Stovall. We see y'all. So stay with us, guys. We're gonna go. I'm gonna take Izzy out. He gonna mingle with the guys. We're gonna interview all of the workers. Then we're gonna go outside and play in water. Thank Izzy for coming out, representing Class 14, their 10-year anniversary, graduating. I'm not sure how many of you guys are still active. Martin Zapata, I see you. But love Izzy. We love him representing you guys. And love you guys who with us. Jesse Berry, don't forget, I'm still going to reach out to you in a minute. So let's go walk around and talk to some of these guys. Izzy, thanks for coming, bro.
All right.
Don't leave. All right, let's go see. Let's catch Bobby Shaw before we get on the phone. Let's start in the back and work our way out. Okay, now we got one over here who's not talking to anybody. What's going on, Jeremy? What's up, man? Tell the people who you are, man.
My name is Jeremy Jones, Duncan Hines, chocolate buns. I got the hun buns. I got the chocolate cakes. Now bake, baby, bake. So today, man, we just sitting here, man, trying to do a good thing for the organization, man, and reach out to the participants and trying to get some money raised to keep doing what we're doing. And we're doing an innovation way to get more guys into the program by going out to different units instead of Estes and Cleveland. And so I'm here trying to do the phone calls and get you guys involved and, keeping PEP alive. Oh, man. The guys that donated, I got like 26 guys, but I'll talk to about probably 100 leaving messages and things like that, or callbacks and things like that. The purpose for my call is just talking to brothers, seeing how they've been infected due to COVID-19, just giving them some inspiration words, and also what we're trying to go from a PEP standpoint and get the participants involved.
Any words you want to shoot out to the guys?
I say, man, one thing I can say, man, embrace the struggle, reach out to your life caddies, and man, we're here for you, man. God bless y'all.
I appreciate you. Who we got? J-Mo. J-Mo, you on the call? Yeah. We already talked to J-Mo. We'll catch you in a minute. Okay. Let's go over here to little Mikey Galloway. Mikey, you in the call?
No.
Talk to the people a little bit. Tell them who you are, what you're doing, and all that.
All right, my name is Michael Galloway, a.k.a. Richard Simmons. Come on, girls, work those thighs. Y'all are tigers, rawr. Anyways. Right now, man, I'm definitely having a lot of fun right now because it just so happens that the call list that I got right now is actually a class that I had the honor and privilege to facilitate. And so talking to them, bridging those gaps, man, is wonderful, man. And we're just letting y'all know, like, hey, we're still brothers, man, no matter what, and no matter how much time goes by. So it's a lot of fun, man. I've gotten to watch Pat do fondas. That's something we tried to do in prison, and I tried it for 3 years, and he would always just walk out of the room or just say he's in charge here. But we got him, huh? $5,000 later.
So rumor has it you took a pot to the face.
God, dog. Rumor has it, yeah, that's a rumor, man. I don't know what they're talking about, dude. Oh, time out, dude. Time out, man.
So I heard it was a hate crime.
Yeah, it was a hate crime, man. I gave Al a lot of hell while I was in prison, and he's definitely probably wanted to do that and much more over the years, but he finally had the ability to do so.
So your coworker and your brother paid for a pot to get on you.
Absolutely, he paid for that himself. He said, you know what, and he specifically asked for me. He's like, can I do it to Mikey? I was like, oh man. I was like, he been holding that in. That's been harboring. He harbored that in there. So, but it's all out of love, man. It's all out of fun. And man, I encourage y'all, man, continue to get involved, man. And man, let's make this thing work. I can't wait to do these servant leader meetings. All right.
All right, let's see who else we can go and see what's going on. J-Mo done jumped on the phone on us. So everybody's on the phone. Where's Harvey and we got G Phil over there. We're gonna catch G Phil when they get out. Y'all been talking to Gami all day. J-Mo play like he on the phone. Let's go see what they doing. We think we got some slackers on the loose. Oh, okay. We'll catch them when they come back. Yeah, so y'all stay with us because what we're about to do now, as soon as all of these guys get off the call, we're going to go out. Gami and I are going to go and get wet. Before we do, I'm going to go and change pants real quick, and I'll be right back with you guys. Mikey, do me a favor. Kind of walk them around. Kind of, you catch somebody off the phone, kind of get them involved.
Okay. All right. All right, y'all, come on this way, man. Let's peep game and what's going on here. So who have we talked to today? Huh? Okay, Edison? Okay, look, this is the mastermind behind everything that goes on today. And he is coordinating everything, and we could not do it without him. All of y'all must know Mr. Edison Wynn right here. Edison, what's up, man? Talk to me. How are you doing today, dude?
I'm just pushing buttons. See these 8 buttons. All I gotta do is push the correct buttons when feet tell me to. I honestly don't have to be here. It's really easy. I just, whiteboard, push the whiteboard, and we get whiteboard. That's it.
Work clean. Work clean. So let me ask you something real quick. So what has been the funnest part about working for PEP? If you had to just guess, if you had to throw something out there, what is the funnest part about working for PEP?
I guess.
Besides hanging out with me.
All right. Well, Mike, like just learning about the guys. Sometimes I used to drive around before Max. Well, Max drove around too, but sometimes they make me drive around, pick up guys, and then I like hearing the stories, just how they the challenges they face and how they overcame it. And I didn't know how hard it was to do reentry, because just a lot of rules doesn't make sense. So I'm just glad to hear about their success story.
And you have been pivotal in my reentry, and especially while I was in prison. It was always like having a visit when he came to talk with us, and when he came to fix the computers. It was always exciting to have a new visit from Edison. But yeah, so thank you for that, Edison, and continue to be a light to others and to be a light to all of our brothers. All right, awesome, man. Okay, here we go. We're trotting over. Who we got? We got D Mont right here. D Flores. What's up, brother? How's it going, man? How you doing? Awesome. So, just a few things, man. Tell us who you are, man. Get on your sweet name, all that beautiful things, man. Let the world know who you are.
All right. So my name is David Flores Barrientos Nopales III, but you can just call me David. And my name is Sweet Guacamole Dip. I gotta get up because I gotta move a little bit. But my name is Sweet Guacamole Dip. You put the chip inside the dip. When I dip, you dip, and we all dip. So, yeah, so it was Jerry Green who actually came up with that sweet name. How did he get it? I don't know. I thought it was kind of racist, sweet guacamole. Why do I have to be guacamole dip? But anyway, it stuck with me. It's been a good name. I own it. I wear lime green too. I like lime green, so it kind of matches me. But it's been fun just calling the brothers up and seeing how they're doing. And I really appreciate you guys showing support, showing love back. And that's what it's all about, right? The PEP Brotherhood. PEP is us right here. And just joining the cause and helping the next man coming after us, man. So I appreciate y'all. Keep pressing forward. Do good and bear testimony of the fruit PEP has been a part of in your life and in my life. But God bless y'all, man.
All right, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, brother. And you do a lot. You do a lot. Now, I got to talk to my doppelganger. So Tran said that we look like twins. I'm not seeing it, though. Is that true? Maybe? Nah, I'm the youngest, okay? Mind you. But anyways, brother, why don't you tell us who you are, own your full sweet name, man, and what you got going on right here, brother. You ready?
Well, right now, I'm talking to a participant. My name is Steven Guajardo, a.k.a. Gru. Minions. And we're just here trying to get in contact with all these brothers. Really, it's a good feeling talking to these brothers, especially the ones we don't really just get to contact with. And they really appreciate the love and support that we're sending out right now. And they really want to talk. So it's a good thing just to have conversations with people and just be there for them.
Tell them a little about what you do, though.
So for me, I do reentry work, me and Mikey here, and we take the guys that are getting out and get them ready to be employable. So that means getting them their documents, getting them their driver's license or ID, job leads, whatever it takes to get them to where they need to be, to where they can be on their own and take care of their business.
Awesome, brother. Well, thank you, man.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, and continue to serve, man. You know our brothers love it. Uh-oh, here it is. It is time. It is about that time. All these like my twin right now with the same shirt. Pat McGee is finna get iced down real quick. That old challenge. And who else do we got? Who else is getting iced? Oh, Gami, come on, man. You know what this is? Don't deny this. Don't fight this. Absolutely not. It's not. Oh yeah, it's a pie. Pie made of water. Let's go. Are y'all ready, brothers? Let's ride. We got to get this live, huh? Ice cold.
Got Rob back in Dallas. I don't think he came prepared. I came prepared because I knew the haters wasn't home.
Oh, we got plenty of clothes, man.
Okay, well.
We good. We good. We got a whole closet full of
So
clothes.
we need somebody who's going to pour the water.
Okay,
I'll take the big
I think I would love to do that. I would love to
I'll
pour
take
it
the
on.
big one. I ain't tripping.
Hey, I gotta have clothes, bro.
I got you, dude. We got a whole people.
I gotta take my clothes off.
It's the highlight.
Still, I can't read it, bro.
I gotta go like that?
Yeah.
Oh, you gonna get that?
Whatever,
They
whichever.
get him a trash.
Huh?
Trash bag, the black
The
one.
trash bag? Yeah.
Give him the
Yeah,
trash
we got
bag,
you.
the black one.
It's cold outside. Don't mind.
It's cold
I ain't
outside.
tripping. For all them time, we were going back and front.
Man, I feel
Baby,
bad
it's
now.
cold
I ain't
outside.
I'm a G, bro.
I didn't motivate this, bro.
Hey, I didn't know. Make sure that when you grab that bowl full of cold water right there.
bro. I feel bad.
In the kitchen.
Look.
There we go. Baby, it's cold outside. I really want to do this one. It's giving me a hard time for all these years.
Hold up.
Hold up,
You
blood.
think it's funny, bro?
We gotta get up in this light.
Just for $50, man. You're gonna get me sick for $50.
Now you're over 300, bro.
Oh my bad. I'll do it for 50 cents.
Goodness gracious.
God,
Which
bro.
one? You want to get Gami? You get
I'll
yours?
get Gami, bro.
All right, man. I'm gonna get this one real quick.
I ain't tripping. I don't need no trash
He said he
bag.
wanted
I'm a
the
G.
big one right here.
I'm a G. I ain't
There
tripping.
you go. Hold this real quick. Oh, I've been waiting to do this for some years. We hold it.
You got a participant watching
Okay,
too.
we got to
You got
do
what?
this. We want to do it together?
Who that is?
Go ahead.
Obama,
Yeah.
Rodriguez, he
Y'all
said he
ready?
want to see this.
Okay, Baby Simba's been waiting to do this for some time. For some time. Let's do it.
G-status on.
Oh, goodness gracious. God, I love you. Yeah. How you like me now? Huh?
it was cold.
There's your heart check. Huh?
Man, here you go, bro. I got it.
David, you get to do this to your supervisor. How do you feel?
I feel good.
All right, man.
I feel good.
We're gonna make.
Hey, so
you do this with love.
Hey, so this is the test, man, for him to maintain that phase while the water.
Why you always
talking to me about the faith? You know I don't believe in the Lord. I believe in science. God, all right.
Here he goes. Now or never. Oh, gotta love it. I know.
I can't move. I can't move.
Gosh, bro.
I want to appreciate everybody, man, to make this happen. It's cold out here. You better hope we don't get
cold.
sick, man. God.
And that's how we do things. See, we believe in fun, man. Work is an important part of life, and it should be fun and rewarding. That's PEP scripture.
We'll be back at 7.
And we will be back at 7, so y'all stay tuned and stay ready to keep from getting ready. PEP.
Okay, you gonna be at the house, right? Okay. All right. All right, then take care. Be safe, man.
There's a lot.
All right.
We're friends, but we're
Hey, Greg, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
we're gonna go live in about what time is it at? It's 6:58
6:58.
now. Okay, we're gonna go live in a couple of minutes. Let me get ready here. Hold on. Welcome back, fellas. So we're back at 7 o'clock, and we're gonna cover Cleveland class 13-18, which we covered last. We're gonna cover Cleveland 2018 to 2020. So during this time, we're gonna interview a couple of graduates. We're gonna have a conversation with our reentry team, and we're gonna get a peer educator or two who was working on the inside during the pandemic and get them involved in the call. But first, we're gonna start off with one of our alumni that was just a part of a development story that went out a couple of months ago. Many of you probably seen it. But if not, before I say much more about him, we're going to allow him to introduce himself. Greg, welcome. Thanks for joining us this evening. If you will, take the time to let the people know who you are, sweet name, how long you been out, and a little bit about yourself.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gregory Labitte. My sweet name is Sweet Butter Pecan, and I got released in June of 2010. So this has been 10 years out. So where you want to take it from?
Wherever you want to go.
It's freestyle. Cool. I'm all right with that. So I got out in 2010, right? Uh, no work experience, no high school diploma. I dropped out in the 8th grade, right? So I didn't have anything to go off of. I just went out there and I looked around and I saw who was hiring. And Brand Energy and Infrastructure Services in Pasadena, Texas, which is a scaffolding, painting, and installation company, they had a job fair. I got in line with like a couple hundred people. It took about 3 or 4 hours just to wait for the line to go down. And when I made it in there, I sat down with a gentleman to have an interview. Well, mind you now, I didn't have any work experience, any resume, anything that anyone else had. So I sat down with the gentleman at the table. He went over everything. He kept looking up and looking down because I didn't hide anything on my application. You know, I put everything, burglaries, I put the aggravated assaults, I put that, you know what I mean? Because I didn't want them to find out later and come back and fire me over that, you know what I mean? So
Right.
he went down the application, kept looking up, kept looking down, and then he finally looked up and said, "You're hired. Look, what you did in your past is behind you. When you come out of prison, if you want to be successful, you need to come out knowing that you are not flawed. You know, what you did, you made a mistake. You know what I mean? You made some bad decisions, but those are just what they were, bad decisions and mistakes. Those did not define you. When you come out, you are new, you know, and people are gonna be blessed to have people that come out like renewed, you know what I mean? Focused, you know, energized and ready to go, man. People are gonna love that. And I came out with that attitude, and I really feel like that was a big part in why I just took off. Look, since I got out, I hit the ground running. I'm talking about like a prize winning Greyhound. I have not stopped. I have not looked back. I have not even broken momentum. You know, every single year after I got out, say I was making like, I don't know, I think I was making like 40 something thousand the first year, next year 60 something thousand. By my third year out, I was over six figures. And every year after that, I've climbed and climbed and climbed incrementally. And I'll say about my fifth or sixth year, I cracked 200. You know what I mean? And I have not stopped, man. 230, 240, 250. Do this every single year. You know what I mean? And my story is no like isolated incident. My story could easily be your story. You know what I'm saying? But it's all up here, though. You know what I'm saying? If you do the work inside before you come out, man, when you get out, man, you can go. You know what I'm saying? The only thing stopping you from your success is you and how much you prepare prior to coming out. Hey man, get yourself together. You know what I mean? And then step out there and whatever your heart desire, whatever you fantasize about, man, go and do that. You know what I mean? And it's never too late to say, man, you know what? I've been tripping with myself, man. I could really do more, man. Get out there and take care of it. You know what I mean? It's just that simple, man. The recipe's the same for anybody. I'm not special, man. No one's special that's like me. You could easily be this person.
That's right. You know, and I'm going to give the middle to your backstory, because you in the history of PEP also have a part in that you was the first participant who was accepted in our new method of recruiting, because you didn't see a recruiter to the unit. You were actually our very first essay applicant participant, and to say that from that essay and that application to where you are today, I would say that method, though may not have been perfect, was accurate. But you know, another thing that I give you credit for, because I feel like you pioneered a path for a few PEP brothers, and a couple of them are close to me, because I think without you going the journey you went, I don't know that they would have had the courage or even the insight to go the route that they go. And that's Lance and Deshaun, who kind of followed you into the NDT field.
Yes,
You
sir.
know, so
Um,
and you say you had no experience whatsoever,
0.0.
but you had an
I started off
opportunity.
I started off scaffolding and painting and installation, which are man tedious jobs and $10 to $12 per hour. Man, I had no experience in that whatsoever.
Hmm.
Yeah, I can run it down because I've also dealt with other people too, like Alex Lyles. I've dealt with what's it, Casey Stanley or something like that. You
Yeah.
know, I even if I didn't bring them into the industry and they found their way there, I've mentored people. You know what I
Right.
mean? And it's not even just PP participants, it's anyone that's willing to go that route. If you come this route, I could break everything down to you because I've hit the height of it. I can't go any higher. I made it that high. You know what I mean? Any job offer I get is between 55 to 65 bucks an hour. And that's 125 to 150 a day per diem. You know what I mean? That's untaxed money. So I can't go any higher. So if you call me and you ask me about any route, I can break everything down, point you in the right direction. I'm talking, I can connect you with the people that are power players in like whatever company in whatever city. You know what I mean? And that's like how I'm valuable to those guys. And me going first and like making it my business to pay attention because I know other people are gonna come behind me. It's so easy. It's not burdensome for you to call me and ask me a question. People call me and ask me questions all the time, and it takes me like 2-3 minutes because I know all the answers. You know, I
Right.
paid attention. I didn't just stumble my way and make it to here. No, this was conscious decisions. You know, and Lance, LaShawn, Alex, Casey, all those are my boys, and all of them could tell you. Anytime they've called Greg and asked them a question, I gave them solid advice, and all of them are flourishing.
I guess my
Mhm.
next question to you is, how do you balance the demand that work requires as well as your obligation as a husband?
So my wife, um, I'm gonna share something with you. I haven't told nobody. I haven't told my family yet because I don't want. It ain't time for me to tell them yet. But
Okay.
we're freestyling, so it's gonna come, and I'm gonna just let it out. I ain't gonna block it. My wife, she lives an amazing life. You know what I mean? Last week, y'all know Keith McJunkin from McJunkin and Real Estate. You know what I'm talking
Right.
about? Y'all can verify through him. You know, we went down there to Crystal Beach, bam, purchased beachfront property. You know what I'm saying? 1 acre. You know what I mean? Her life is amazing. In probably about 8 months, we're gonna start on the construction of our $650,000 beach home. You know,
Okay.
so my wife, she fine with me traveling. She fine with everything because anything that she had as a dream prior to meeting me, I've accomplished all of those things for her, and I'm expanding her. You know what I mean? Her horizons are wide open. She's talking about cookbooks and shows, and she's talking about all kind of things because of me. You know what I mean? And also, I never go to like countries where like she can't come, where like it'll be difficult for her to travel.
Right.
You know, so every 2 weeks she comes out to wherever I'm at and she spends the weekend. You know what
Right.
I mean? So we get the little time apart and we get the time together. It's like it's new every time I see her. So we have a beautiful thing going on here. You know what I mean? So that's basically our setup.
So one of the most important things I learned in PEP is never fail to do an ask. So I know that Fee Tran is watching this, and I know that he caught the same thing that I caught about that beachfront property, and that we do retreat every October. So Fee, I think we found us a participant that we can roach off of. We get ready to do operations retreat. We will be hitting you up. But
Yeah,
if you could give any piece of advice based upon the entirety of your life, not just since you've been released, and you had to talk to the Greg prior to prison, what advice would you give him?
Man, that's deep right there, man. Because I had a lot of flaws. I would tell Greg from back then to come out of your head, man. Oh my God, I used to, and I still do it. Some man, I overthink. I'm talking about. I don't care what it is. A probability of 0.001% chance of actually taking place. I would play even that scenario all the way out. You know what I'm saying? Come out of your head, dude. You can be in your head, but don't stay in your head long. Don't dwell on things too much. You know what I mean? I stress my own self out. You know? Yeah, man. Come out of your head and come back into the real world more than you go off in there, man. I would say that to my old self.
It's cool. You know, I want to say this, bro, because I think every time that I've ever reached out to you or we've reached out to you with an opportunity, you've never said no. I just want to say that I thank you. I understand the value of your time. I'm proud of you, not so much for what you have or what you're earning, but for who you are as a person, who you are as a man. I'm glad and humbly call you my brother. You know, and I just want you to know, bro. You know, we here. I'm here personally. We here, organization. We here as a unit for anything you need, man. You know,
Yes, sir.
I'm thankful because I reached out to you about this, and even though you would have just been getting off work, your response to me was, "Give me 10 minutes to get off the bus," and I got you, and that spoke a lot to me. You know, because I know the demand, physically, time wise, that your job requires. And I appreciate you, bro. And that's why I'm not gonna hold you up after 14 hours by keeping you on here for an hour talking to you when I could. But I appreciate you, bro. Continue to be a mentor. Continue to be a blessing to all the brothers who coming behind you, walking the path for which you started and blazed. And we love you, and you know where we at.
Hey, man, I really appreciate you, and likewise, Pat.
All right, bro. You stay blessed.
Likewise.
All right, fellas, joining me next. I'm bringing on Harvey Ma, our reentry. He's in charge of our reentry in Houston, followed by Jason. And one of the things I want to talk to Harvey and Jason about, and get them kind of ask a similar question, in addition to having them introduce themselves as a PvP brother, but how they've innovated and the methods they've taken to deal with not only the pandemic and receiving guys in during the pandemic, but we also have a new client, and those are the guys who've completed the Leadership Academy on the units they're on who have never made it to a PEP facility. So the DNA of PEP hasn't really been placed on them, but hopefully it's in them. So Harvey, welcome. Introduce yourself for us, if you will.
Okay, my name is Harvey Mai, aka Shortcake, because I'm short and sweet. So I am a class 10. I've been in part of PEP since August of 2008. Went through the program at the age of 21. So basically, yeah, I'm just a product of PEP. PEP has affected my life in such a profound way. It's the reason why I love working for PEP. I get to basically pass along that same experience that I received.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Harvey and I, our history go back from inside prison to ODM to walking side by side, because even though he's reentry and I'm in prison, we're still PEP, so we work very close hand in hand. And I stay in their business anyway. But so what has it been like through the last 8 months as far as reentry?
Um, it's been a lot. It's been a lot of changes. So I think it's been a lot of changes on the outside, but the thing about PEP guys when they're coming out of prison, um, to them it's like nothing. They're used to being locked down. They're used to being locked down. They're coming out with all these restrictions, whether it's social distancing, having to wear a mask, having to apply for jobs online. I mean, they're used to just a struggle. So it's a lot of changes on the outside, but working with the PEP guys, it really hasn't been a challenge. It's actually been very inspiring just to see the resilience. And for all the PEP brothers that have been out for several years, I mean, what's going on in your life, you can definitely understand that type of resilience. So the guys are coming out. Before COVID, PEP has the 100% employment rate within the first 90 days, right? At the height of the pandemic, April, May, June, PEP guys are still getting employment. They're still getting 100% employment within that first 90 days. It might be a slight little delay because they have to. The biggest challenge is them getting their IDs.
Okay.
DPS is closed. If it's not closed, then they're doing an appointment only. So normally it would take about a week to get all their IDs. During the pandemic, it could take 1 month, 2 months.
Okay.
But being that we're always looking to improve, like we found a DPS location, we're going to keep it on the low because we don't want. But we found a DPS location.
Hit Harvey up. He the plug.
Yeah, hit us up. Hit us up. If you want to get your driver's license or ID the same day, yeah, definitely hit us up.
Cool.
So we found a location outside of the Houston area. Guys come out, they're able to get their IDs pretty quickly, so that doesn't hinder their employment. But I think a good way to describe the resilience. We've had several of our guys get laid off in late March, early April. The very next day, they've got a job.
Cool.
Right. So they don't let pride get in the way. They need employment. They need to earn a paycheck. They're going to go out there and do what they got to do.
Cool.
And it's inspiring just to see. It keeps me motivated myself.
Okay. So let's talk about our newest client, our newest customer, and that is the participant who has not had the privilege of being in one of our PEP facilities. Even though we have a small sample to this point of the guys you guys are working with, what is your thoughts on that?
Well, so they haven't gone through the full PEP experience. They haven't gone through hardly any of the PEP experience. But what's very interesting is the level of gratitude. They come in, so they're basically just blown away by what PEP offers. And I think for all the older PEP guys, it's kind of like that first time you hit the cleaving unit or that first time you hit the Estes unit. These guys are coming out not knowing truly what PEP is. They haven't met all the volunteers. They haven't gone through any of the business workshops. And when they come out and they see all the PEP guys who've been to prison, who are all thriving, they're looking at this program on the outside like, is this real? Am I in a am I in a dream or what? What's going on? All these guys got good characters. They carry themselves well. They're driven. We have good relationships. We know how to communicate. So my experience with these guys is they're grateful. They're blown away, and they're even resilient themselves. I have one guy in particular. He comes out. He's looking for work. He says, Harvey, what's a company I can go in and get hired immediately? So I give him the information. He goes and applies. Unfortunately, because of COVID, they're doing everything online, right? So they basically said, no, you got to go. You got to do it online, right? He was determined to get that job. He said, at least can you take my resume and can you take a copy of my ID, right? And the reception worker was like, "Well, we really don't do that," but he kept asserting himself. He got it. Hit me up the other day and said, "I got the job."
Good stuff. Good stuff.
So I mean, we're working with a new client, but we still see the same drive. We still see they just need direction.
Right.
They have the drive. They just need a little bit of direction.
Cool. Okay. Well, we thank you for taking a minute to talk to us. And before we get to J-Mo in Dallas, we have a guest online. So I've asked Lewis Monroe, who was a peer educator in the Cleveland Bell facility, to join us to kind of give the perspective of inside the unit during the pandemic, since none of the in-prison staff has been able to go into the prison since March. So Lewis, first of all, introduce yourself to the people. Tell them your name, sweet name.
Okay.
How long you been out?
Okay. So my name is Lewis Monroe, aka Benjamin Buford, but you can call me Bubba Gum because I love shrimp. So at this time I've been out. I got out October 30th.
Okay.
So I can't say my anniversary was November 30th. So I've been out a whole month, and I'm loving life. Life, all doors has been opening up for me, man, and I can only thank God for that.
Okay. So being
But so
that you were the most recent inside, paint a picture for us what it was like during the pandemic without in-prison staff. What was the morale like? What was the interactions? What was the relationships? What was the atmosphere like?
So it was pretty at times it was uncontrollable as far as the participants until they actually saw that the brothers that was in there with them was actually trying to get them through the curriculum. We kept trying to talk to the higher up as far as the warden, the captain, the lieutenants to see if we can get the PEP room open because we see that the brothers was getting restless. And we wanted to do something to entertain them to show them that, hey, PEP still exists.
Right.
So at times it was a little complicated. Brothers was mostly confused because they was hearing naysayers saying, "Oh, PEP is done with," and this and that. So we try to keep them entertained by letting them know that, hey, PEP is never over with. See, we doing our best on our part to see that we can still go in there and just be, it was more like a peer driven.
Okay.
See, we didn't have to have the staff there because we was already trained enough to know what to do and how to do it. And when they start realizing that, they started thanking us and telling us, "Hey, man, y'all doing a great job," which made us feel good that we feel like, you know what, in a position like this, we are trained to be a supervisor. So we know if we became a supervisor, we know we can run our own business if needs be. And so that you know what, Pat, that was a great experience for me myself.
Yeah.
Just knowing that I can do this without staff actually being there, and I was able to work out matters with the brothers so they would see that, hey, we serious about this program and we serious about you.
And
As a
that's
servant
one
leader.
of the measuring sticks for, is what we're doing really working? Because if it requires our presence, then we're not working. But if it can go through the storms in our absence and get back to a level of performing, then what we're doing is working just fine. And
Right,
I'm glad that we have servant leaders on the inside who have just enough of the DNA till they can carry, they can execute, and they can keep it
Right.
alive. And my only concern is that we're going to stay out too long until all of you guys who carry the DNA are going to be gone, and we're going to basically have to
Right.
start from zero again. So let's flip the script a little bit, being that you've been out 30 days. How has that time inside helped you in the last 30 days out here?
Okay, so now, I characterize myself as an authentic man.
Okay.
So the way I communicate, the way I carry myself, the positive message I've been putting on Facebook for everybody to see, the type of brother that I have become, the 10 driving values that I have instilled in my life has really showed me that, hey, there's nothing you can't do if you don't put your mind to it. And I have
Right.
realized that. So being out, I noticed that doors has been constantly opening up for me. When I was in Houston, okay, it was a little slow, but I wasn't becoming impatient. I was still being patient, and I recognized that, hey, it's not nobody never said it was gonna be easy as soon as you got out. You know, things started coming together. I was working for a couple of other brothers, making a little money here and now and then. So when I moved back to where I was from, instantly, Pat, I got a job at Tyson Chicken.
Yeah, I need a chicken plug, bro. I'll come back. Always doing ask. Always doing ask. Call me a roach. I ain't tripping.
Oh, I guess. But see, I work in the hide department. So what that is just to give you a little explanation about it. What it is they make leather out of it. It's hide from the cow that we send through solutions, and
You muted, Lewis.
and we send it we send it the places that want to buy it. So it's made out of leather.
Okay.
So they do that themselves. And hey, they paying me 16, 20 hours. So I
Okay.
can't be
Y'all,
mad at
y'all,
that. And I'm
y'all
working
make
full
boots? Y'all make boots and jackets?
Well, what happens is when the stuff we just make the hide and clean it up for them, and then we ship it to the departments, and they make their own leather out of it.
Okay. Pretty cool.
So you
pretty
know what?
cool.
I can honestly say that God has been good to me. I have no complaints whatsoever. I know what I've been taught when I was in there, and the skills I have acquired while I was there. I use them out here, and I do the same thing that I was doing in there.
Good
And I
stuff.
keep that same mindset.
Good stuff. Well, I just want to tell you again, I appreciate all that you did to keep it going. All that you're
Okay.
gonna do to keep you going, and I will be watching, paying attention. I know that you've been working today, right? And
Yes.
we don't want to take you away from your family any longer. So I appreciate you. Give my regards to the family. Tell the wife hello. Hug the kids. Kiss the dog. No, don't
Okay.
kiss the dog, bro. But I appreciate you, and thank you for joining us.
Hey,
All
no
right?
problem, Pat.
All right, call
All
Greg.
right.
Call Greg and give him a hard time.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. You know, I'm gonna do that anyway.
All right, bro. Stay blessed.
All right, bro.
All right, fellas. So that was Lewis Moreau, peer educator from Cleveland/Bell Unit. So joining me now, we heard from Harvey give a little his perspective on reentry in Houston. I got my boy OG J Mo. We're gonna let J Mo introduce himself to all of y'all who don't know. If you don't know, I don't know where you been. Tell you a little bit about who he is, how long he been out, and we'll go from there.
Cool. So Jason Moore, aka Chocolate Boom Pie, been out right now, right at 7 years, 7 years and going. I'm the reentry manager in Dallas, Texas, and the way I feel about the reentry department in Dallas, Texas, and reentry as it relates to PEP as a whole is the secret sauce, and I got a passion to do it, and that's why I'm still doing it.
Okay. So thinking in terms of the pandemic and how you guys have had to pivot and implement new things, change up new things, how do you think it's affected reentry in Dallas?
It's very similar. Harvey talked about like as far as like the employment, our guys are still getting jobs. The only true obstacle has been documentation. That's been a little slow. We've had to, kind of become creative and innovative and go outside the city limits per se to get some identification, driving license, things of that nature. But other than that, man, it's hey, it's still going like it always have. I mean, we're still meeting certain metrics and getting guys employed really pretty much in the same amount of time that we were getting guys employed pre-pandemic.
Okay. So in regards to our newest client, our newest group of people that we serve, and those are the guys who've done the correspondence course but haven't necessarily done to the unit. Have any of them hit Dallas yet?
They just started last week.
That started last. So your interaction with them has been limited up to this point. Huh?
It has been limited, but thus far we have been impressed. It seems that those guys possess a hunger that is needed to make it out here in reentry, and one of the guys came not knowing of a lot of things that we offer for the guys upon being released, such as care package, initial transportation to parole, and food stamp office, things of that nature. So he was already motivated, and then whenever he was able to experience those things, it just really just pushed him up a whole nother level. And it seems to be a legitimate hunger to learn more and to be engaged more. So we can work with that.
That's cool, cool. And being that, in prison and reentry is so close knitted, especially with everybody in Dallas having that work in prison, having worked reentry before. So it's kind of like everybody work hand in hand. And then we have a hybrid worker
Yeah.
who during the pandemic has since his role has changed, and that's David, who is in prison, reentry, connecting guys who released early from the Leadership Academy correspondence course. It's like we so intertwined. We need to just take departments off and just keep working.
Yeah.
And not to mention personal relationships. Okay. So, J-Mo, I thank you for taking the time away from your calls. Fellas, y'all know J-Mo. If he ain't called y'all, feel free to call him. And
But not tonight.
yeah, not tonight. But I appreciate you guys, joining me for a little bit. So, fellas, before we wrap our first annual telethon, let's kind of recap. One, the purpose for this, the reason behind it. It's been a day of fun. It's been a day of reconnecting, a day of checking on one another, making sure we all good, right? So one other thing we got to remember is what PEP looks like. And if you've received a call, one of the things you heard about is our Leadership Academy correspondence course. And in our Leadership Academy correspondence course, we are serving guys where they are, preparing them to get them to a PEP facility. And should they not make it to a PEP facility, we're still serving them here on the outside, because one of the things that they are obtaining is the DNA of PEP. In Leadership Academy correspondence, we're able to get the message and the curriculum to them without the necessity of having a peer facilitator. And in doing so, we're using stories, our stories, to teach them and to show them that you're still faced with choices, you're still faced with decisions, but you're responsible for the outcome. Another thing you should have heard about is our new method for delivering the business plan competition. And that's using a team concept. In a team concept, because let's just be honest. Think about you in your journey in PEP. How many of you guys, after Leadership Academy and really discovering the desire to change, really actually wanted to do a business plan and only did a business plan because it was part of the curriculum of PEP? Now, just imagine you didn't want to do a business plan, but you're a great salesman, or you're extremely good at numbers, or market research, data entry. Imagine if you could have just been a part of a team of someone who did want to do that business. So what we're doing is a team concept where we have a guy who's serious about his business plan, and he's building a team that comprised of a marketing guy, finance guy, research, data entry, and maybe even somebody whose skill set is art and design, who will be responsible for the designing of the business card, responsible for the logos. But during the presentation, they're presenting as a team. Therefore, we're not stepping in front of the executives and just spewing a bunch of garbage and a bunch of words to get to the time limit. But we're actually standing in front of executives as a team, sounding like we know what we're talking about, and we're committed to this thing that we're doing. But there's one owner, but there's many pieces working in it. One of the other things you should have heard about is Coursera. Coursera is an opportunity that's been extended to us for people who have a desire for college level learning without the price of college level tuition. Everybody on the PEP staff has completed the conflict resolution through Coursera, obtaining a certificate of completion from the University of California, Irvine. Through Coursera, there are many tracks laid out, everything from reentry to coding. Whatever your heart desire, it's available in Coursera. Contact your Life Caddy if you're interested in learning more about Coursera. there's so much that's going on that even through the pandemic, we're constantly innovative, still growing, still going, and most definitely still showing. Again, I'm glad that we've been able to take this time and reach out to you today. I've done so many things today that I haven't done in 13 years of PEP. Let's see. Let's retrace. So I started today doing a wormy dog, dirty dog race with Gami. I still feel like I won because I gave him a jump, and he put me in the wall like it was NASCAR. Let's see. We did funders. Don't laugh, bro. Let's see. We did. I took a pot to the face, and I got doused in 2 gallons of water. If you missed any of this, fellas, you can go back to YouTube, to this YouTube channel, and review all of the videos of the day, starting at noon all the way up until 7 o'clock. Again, if you haven't received a phone call from us, do not hesitate to call us and let us know if your number changed, because maybe we reached out to you and had a bad number for you. If you received an email from me yesterday, respond to that email. And even if you don't get a call today, I will personally give you a call tomorrow. But again, I thank you all for going through this day with us. For those who watch these later, thanks for taking the time to check them out. But remember, bro, it's more than me. It's about us. It's more than you. It's about us. One man can go so far alone, but as a team, the destination can be endless. And I encourage you guys, when you think about the phrase that's always said in prison, who are we? And you talk about PEP, be about PEP. Because in this room, of all the men in here, one of the things we understand the concept that teamwork make the dream work, but more important than anything is being able to depend on every man here to do what he says he's going to do. And if you haven't learned anything else, you should have learned that you can depend on us to do what we say we will do. But we also require that you do your part. And most important part that you can do is be present. So before I leave here, bro, we can take comments over here on, if you're on YouTube, put up your comments. I'll respond to them. Let's see what we got over here right now. We got BK. What's up, bro, man? BK, so I love BK, but BK kind of threw Gami and I under the bus today because he did a pledge that had us doing a dirty dog race, but we love him. Aaron Patiana, what's up, man? Let's see what else we got. Mazapata. What's going on, fellas? So now everybody's gone quiet. Brandon Green ran off. When I see Brandon Green, let him know that it's on site. Najee Roberts, what's going on, bro? Jerry Green still hanging in there with us. Marcus Jackson, what? What's up, Zapata? I see you, bro. But again, fellas, if you're not able to see these live, if you are live and you haven't got a phone call, reach out to your life caddy. Reach out to your PEP brother that works on PEP staff that you know his phone number. Reach out to him. But again, if you don't know anybody's number, reach out to me tomorrow. Nigel Roberts, Pete Ramos, what's going on, bro? Hit me up at my email, pmcgee@pep.org. Shoot me your phone number, and I'll give you a call. So let me show y'all something else for the guys who haven't seen these days. So this is something else that we're doing, man. And this is the Sweet Name birth certificate. So if you have a sweet name, what this birth certificate does is it makes it officially yours. So for $30, you can obtain a PEP sweet name birth certificate, which has your sweet name, your name, the day that you received the name, the unit of birth. And what this is similar to having your jersey hung in the Raptors. So if your sweet name is ever reissued to anybody else, you will be notified. And you will have the right of first refusal of can this person use it not. Kind of like with the Dallas Cowboys. I hate using them as an example because we execute and we work in a spirit of excellence. Well, CeeDee Lamb, for instance, in order to wear the number 88, they had to get approval from Michael Irvin and Drew Pearson. I kind of like Michael Irvin, the old Michael Irvin that was doing crazy stuff. But don't look at me like that. So if you fellas are interested in obtaining a PEP birth certificate for your sweet name, Look at Nigel Roberts. You're still making bad choices, decisions. Talking about Dallas Cowboy. Reach out to your life caddy. Reach out to me, and we'll get you one of these, get it in the mail to you. Again, my name is Pat McGee, a.k.a. Patty Cake, a.k.a. Pat Me Down, a.k.a. Precious. Oh, it's been a pleasure hanging out with you guys today. It's been a pleasure putting myself in a position to where you can laugh at me because I don't take myself so serious that I can't have fun and be laughed at. Appreciate you, love you, and look forward to continue doing this thing called life. And we out.